Hello, world. My name is Al. I know it's been a while since I posted on my channel, so I wanted to hop on here and kind of say hello and also be able to thank all the new subscribers that have subscribed to my channel. I know in the interim, I end up sending out channeled songs to my channel out there. So songs that come through in meditation or in um, just while I'm out and about. These are channeled songs from the Spirit family. So I wanted to kind of give an update of what's been going on since my last video. I know that I posted back in August of 2025 mentioning that I was currently integrating, which is still true till this day. I'm still integrating my gifts and the healing capabilities that I've been attuned with, and also able to I've been in hermit mode, I guess you could say. I've been kind of going within even more and um recognizing patterns and recognizing relationships, just innately understanding, my connection that I have with the person that I end up meeting along the way, and healing my community, my family, my friends, my coworkers and colleagues, and just keeping up to date with everyone that's been on my journey as well. And I've also taken a trip to Egypt in October of 2025. I'm shooting this video right at the top of November 2025, so I kind of will talk a little bit more about my trip to Egypt. Um, I was guided not to record any videos there. So I wanted to sit down and spend time in explaining what's been going on. And so that's what this video will be for. And also be able to share some pictures that I will be kind of stitching in within the video frames of just sharing my experience in Egypt as well. So in October of 2025, I took a trip to Egypt with a lot of other like-minded people, as well. And we were able to experience miracles along the way, and also experience darkness that ended up coming towards us in a sense. And I myself, being very highly clairsentient, am able to sense the energies around. And there were several times where I felt a lot of darkness within the group, coming in within the group. And it was those moments that I had to make sure, at least for myself, to keep balanced, not to have fear try to come in and ruin the trip or ruin my day or ruin the moment, and look at it from a lens of love and compassion and also forgiveness as well too. So a lot of these people on the trip, even though I've never met them my entire life, I recognize the connections that I have with them, whether it is being, a warrior in the past with them, for, being a spiritual warrior, or a former lover, for example. So those were the things that I could see with my spiritual eyes, I guess you could say, being able to recognize that. And there were moments within the trip where, when the darkness tried to come through and come in via people, in the group, I can sense the energy drain. And of course, I'm labeling that as energy vampire. So um my body goes into a mode where I am shaking, like I am cold, but I'm not scared, but it's like I'm visibly shaking. And then I get so tired, and when I am in those moments, I can there's someone or something around me that is draining my energy. And so that's when I go into kind of protection mode and go into, back into my hotel room, and I'm doing distant Reiki on the person to try to clear the space and energy and whatnot, and be able to, you know, clear away that negative entity that is attached to that person. And thankfully, by the end of the trip, the person ended up doing a 180 and able to, be normal with the group, and we can all visibly see the turnaround from the beginning to the end of the trip and the smiles in pictures and faces. So I'm pleased and happy about that. As I am thinking about that trip and those moments, I'm reflecting on, wow, this was another part of my initiation. This year of 2025, Egypt was, I feel, the last trip of my activation for this particular year on my spiritual path. And so that is what I wanted to share. Being able to now recognize the energy, of the space of within people, to see that negative attachment that they have, and lead with love and compassion and forgiveness as well too. And not let fear take over. Fear is the lowest vibration that you ever want to be in, and that is a portal for the darkness to enter through. So, standing in solidarity and strength, and knowing that God, the universe has my back, my angels, my ancestors, that I will never be taken over or harmed in that sense. Of course, a lot of praying and meditation in those moments as well, whenever I did encounter those. But part of me felt like on this trip, I literally came face to face with the devil in a sense. And so that's why I wanted to um, take a couple weeks from that trip to kind of reflect on what just happened, because what was just a 1 week trip felt like a 1 month excursion for me. Time slowed down in Egypt, and that is another place that I do plan on visiting again. The time that we did visit, the Grand Egyptian Museum was closed. So I always see that as it was divine timing, because I now know there's another trip for me to visit Egypt again in the future. So um that was one place that I wanted to look forward to visiting, but it was unfortunately closed during the time I visited. So, but just in general, the trip itself, it was probably the biggest trip that I will have for this year, and the trip that is part of my last activation initiation of this 2025 year in my ascension and spiritual path. So I wanted to share that. But for now, I just wanted to sign off, say thank you so much for subscribing, for liking my videos, for watching and viewing. I'm so grateful, and I'm so thankful for you all for riding this wave with me on my journey, and allowing me to share my story, share my truth, and give me the space to in order to do that as well. And I love you all so much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love you. Bye.